So, how do we get back to Frankton?
I'm not sure. Maybe we can take a bus?
Ugh, bus! I really hate public transportation. Ugh. My mom never picked me up from school. She always made me take a Whitehound bus. Maybe there are keys in this van?
I have seen many realities, and this one is by far the least prepared for public transportation. Perhaps if you lived in a better reality, your country would be more equipped to handle traversing the countryside.
Yeah, I'll, get on that. What the hell are the Frankton POPO doing here? Mom! Are you okay? What's going on?
Alex, where the hell have you been? I was so worried!
Ma'am, is this the boy you reported missing?
Missing? You reported me missing?
I haven't seen you for days, and none of your friends knew where you were!
Sometimes a panicked mother is worse than impending doom.
Hey, I'm sorry,
I'm sorry, Mrs. Eagleston. Alex was with me. My car broke down, and he was kind enough to walk with me to the auto body shop and help me out. He's been with me and has been perfectly safe.
Who are you? Why is your hair green? Alex, why are you hanging out with a woman with green hair?
Mom, that's the latest fashion. Everyone does it. It's the 90s. Multicolored hair is the bomb, or whatever.
Yes, my hair is the bomb.
Okay. Well, if you're safe, then I'll be heading back to the station. Another case solved. I am the greatest cop on the force. Have a good day. Stay out of trouble. I'm watching you.
Well, now that you're safe, I can tell you the good news. I got a job.
That's awesome. What are you doing?
More programming. I got hired by Moon Macro Systems developing Y2K compatible versions of their software. Basically, I'm rebranding all their products as Y2K compatible and selling them for twice the cost.
Y2K?
Yeah, you know. That theory that at the turn of the new year, all computers will stop working? People are afraid the world is going to end, so we might as well capitalize on that fear.
Should we be worried about Y2K, Mom?
Yes. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Not unless you're a machine. I wouldn't worry.
Why would I be a machine? Why would you say something like that?
What? No, I meant... Never mind. You're quite unusual, honey. Alex, can I talk to you for a minute?
Not right now. Yeah, we need to work on something.
Work on what?
Homework.
Homework? Wow. You are not helping.
I'm sorry. I could not resist.
Okay, so you do have a sense of humor. I wasn't sure if being part android took out the fun parts of your personality.
I can be very funny. Would you like to hear my stand-up routine?
What? Really? Now? The world is gonna end. This is no time for jokes.
Knock, knock.
Okay, who's there?
Y2K.
Y2K who?
Y2K.
Ugh. Very funny. Okay, so, what's the next step? What do we do?
We should begin by asking your friends to join us, although there is a possibility that they may be smart enough to enter the soul space before the end.
Do you really think they do that?
It is a possibility. We must convince them to aid us, as we are about to die fighting a force that cannot be stopped.
Okay, if we're gonna do this, I need you to stop reminding me that you think this is a lost cause. I'm determined to try and stop this. Whatever it is.
Okay. I am sorry. I did not mean to upset you. I am here to help you with whatever you need. I think it would be wise for me to speak with Vella alone, as we are one and the same. Perhaps you should call her and arrange a meeting?
Yeah, I'll do that right now. Hey Vella, listen, I need you to come over.
Alex, where have you been? We were all so freaked out when you disappeared.
Yeah, come over and I'll explain what happened.
Do you want me to call the others?
No, I think it'd be best if I just told you this alone. I'll tell the others, but I think you need to hear it first.
Okay, I'll be right over.
You! You're the android from the van!
Vella, this is the Essentia 2000. Essentia 2000, this is Vella.
Hello, Vella. It's nice to see you.
Likewise. What's going on here?
I don't even know where to begin. It's so complicated.
Alex, please go up to your room. I would like to speak to Vella alone.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I saw in the dark, 2 floors below me, 2 women of the same soul spoke about the fate of the world. Do you know how weird it was thinking that? No, you really can't. Well, maybe now you can that you're in the same situation. One soul, but many people. In the darkness, thinking about the end of all reality, knowing inside myself that all of this was true. These concepts, previously absurd, were now mysteriously vivid in every detail, to the point where I felt I could grasp them in my hands. I pictured myself alone in the universe. All things around me had been destroyed. Everyone was gone. And then she floated by. Sammy. But she wasn't Sammy. She was Vella. But also not Vella. She was the Essentia 2000, Oda, Yuzu, and Nyla. Somehow these people were linked by their soul, whatever that meant. What did it mean to share a soul but be a different person? What did the Essentia 2000 call it? A parallel life? I thought of Buddhists and their concept of past lives. Before I was Alex, I was a pirate or a poor village girl living in Croatia. But in a parallel life, I was Alex, a pirate, and a little girl in Croatia. I lived all of my lives at once, in distant but similar realities. Similar was only an assumption. I realized now how little I knew about reality.
Alex! Come down!
Hey, so... Look,
I have spoken with Vella and shown her irrefutable proof of my identity.
I've explored the soul space, and I've seen the beginnings of destruction to many realities. I have seen the remains of many souls. And Alex, this scares the living hell out of me. I will do anything I can to help stop whatever's coming for us.
You spoke to us in the past, specifically to Vella, about a feeling that fate brought you two together. I am that fate. This was meant to happen. I do not know if we can stop whatever is coming, but I know that we are meant to try.
So what's next? What do we do? What's the plan?
We should get the others on board.
And then we should train in the mind dungeon. Alex, you have seen what is coming for us, and you know better than anyone else. The only way to stop it is to understand yourself. If we can get as far into the mind dungeon as possible, and learn as many abilities as possible. We may stand a chance of dying with dignity.
Alex, what did you see in the mine dungeon? What did the end look like? Why did she say that?
I don't know. But I know that it's related to me. That somehow I am the destruction. I might just be a piece of it. I might be all of it. I can't say, but I know I can stop it from destroying everything I love.
Alex, I believe the best course of action now would be to go and find each one of your friends individually and talk to them about the current situation. Remember that the better you do, the more mine dungeon keys you will unlock, and the stronger you will become. It is vital that all of your friends are on board. Without achieving the highest level by the time the end comes, our futile efforts will be even more futile.
But we don't even know when the end is coming! It could be tomorrow for all we know!
Y2K? Could that be it? Could the turn of the millennium be the date?
I don't know, maybe. What do you think, Android Me?
It is possible.
I've had a weird sense of impending doom ever since Rory and Michael mentioned it. That might explain why 99 has gone to shit. I've been looking at the newspaper a lot lately, and things are really screwed up out there.
Well, I suppose having some estimated date is good enough for me.
Alex, you can return to the mine dungeon anytime to see how many days remain.
Wait, what? You mean the date was real? It's been so many numbers and zeros. How do I even calculate that into a date?
I could not see the number myself, but if you take me there and tell me the number, I can help you convert it into days.
Well, damn. Why didn't you tell me that sooner?
Well, she didn't. Lay off of her. We're not perfect, you know.
Is that your new thing? Referring to her as you and etc., etc.?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Well, I'm gonna go find everyone and get to work on them. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. What did the end look like? Why did she say that?
Let's not talk about that.
Alex, I believe the best course of action.
I knew I needed to find my friends individually and convince them that the end was coming. Hey, Rory!
Yo, where have you been?
Oh, yeah. About that. I spent the next half hour telling the tale of me, the Essentia 2000, and our journey deep into the dungeon of her mind, and into the dungeon of my mind.
So, that's how the world ends? With you destroying it somehow? I don't think I know what that means.
I don't get it myself, but I need your help.
What's your plan? Suicide? Just kidding, that's never cool.
I'm thinking something a little less martyry. I want to train our butts off and be ready to kick this thing's ass once it gets here.
When's it coming for us?
I don't know the exact date, but my gut is telling me it's on New Year's Eve. All that Y2K panic, what if people can sense the end is coming? I know that sounds dumb, but I can't help but feel like that's when it's gonna happen. So what do you say? Are you in?
What's the alternative? Run away to the soul space? I could never convince my mom or dad to even try astral projection. And I would never leave everyone else here to die. Of course I'm in.
You know, I had a dream last night. In my dream, I saw my brother, but my brother was you. Cute little kid, grew up to being ugly ginger like yourself. But you came to me and asked me for a favor. Is that why you're here?
It is.
So, what's the deal? I'm guessing it's something serious.
The world's going to end. I saw it in my mind dungeon. Remember the android from that van? Well, that android is Vella, Sammy, and a bunch of other people in a parallel life. She showed me all of these things, and I know now that the world will end soon. I want to train in the mind dungeon and be ready to fight this thing when it comes for us. You down?
Are you serious?
Very.
I'm down. I believe you, man. Dude, you gave me hope again. You brought a sense of adventure back in my life that I thought had vanished with my little brother.
Really? I didn't know.
Man, meeting you and your friends was the best thing to ever happen to me. Without meeting you, I'd be so oblivious to everything that's out there.
I'm glad I was able to help. I had no idea I had that sort of effect on anyone.
Well, just let me know when you're ready to start training. Oh yeah!
Oh, I was hoping I'd see you. You know, I had the strangest dream last night. I was looking for something for my brother. My brother was older. Probably in his 30s, except he had glasses and red hair. He kind of looked like you. Anyway, I was wandering around. I wanted something of his to take home. Something that he handled every day, or that had been close to his body. But it couldn't be anything important that he would miss. So, I stole one of his pencils.
You know what's weird? I feel like I've heard this story before. Why is that?
I don't know. Anyway, I took the pencil and started drawing all over the walls with it. I kept writing the same word over and over.
What did you write?
It was pantaloon! Over and over again. Pantaloon! 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 Pantaloons! So, anyway, my brother comes into the room and he just looks at me like he caught me naked, or at least in my pantaloons. And he starts crying. Just sobbing. I start crying too. And then I woke up. Weird dream, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I know the world's going to end. I'm going to do my best to help you.
What? How did you figure that out?
You'll figure it out. You're smart enough. You have all the clues you need.
What? How can you just...
A feeling of hope grew as I realized everyone I asked to help me said yes. Did I really deserve everyone's help? Nope, not at all. Maybe this is why I was exceedingly grateful. I thought about Michael. He was the only one I hadn't seen since I returned from my trip into the Essentia 2000's mind. Where had he gone? Why hadn't anyone else seen him?
Alex, come to the forest meadow just south of Frankton. There's something I want to talk to you about.
I'll be right there. Michael? Is that you? Where the hell have you been? I've been looking for you for the past week. I called your house, knocked on your door, and no one ever answered.
None of that matters anymore. It's so trivial. Don't you see? No, of course you don't. I wouldn't have a week ago.
What happened? You sound different. Your voice is different. What's going on?
Alex, something has happened to me. I am transformed. I've come to understand certain things. I've been exposed to the truth.
What do you mean? What happened?
Something happened to me. Something very startling at first. But now it's just incredible.
Are you gonna tell me what happened, or are you just gonna keep acting like Vella?
I saw the soul space. I met a parallel self. I lived so many lives. I am everything.
What?
Alex, I entered the mind dungeon alone, and I wandered and wandered. Soon I stumbled upon a hall of names, Each of these names was etched into a door. Inside each of these doors was a life. My life. For 9 days straight, I experienced what it was like to be my parallel selves. Alex, to experience a parallel life in real time is to become an oxymoron. To be something and not be something. Both at once. I am me, but I am also her or him. I have my memories, but they also don't belong to me. The very act of experiencing a parallel life is mind-shattering. When we are born, we immediately begin developing a series of biases and defenses that help us ground our lives in the reality that we invent for ourselves. In doing so, we lose sight of the temporary nature of life. We forget everything. We lose track of where we came from and only look to the future. Experiencing a parallel life disassembles all physiological constraints that have been built up over the years. We see life for what it is, a three-sided box that only allows us to look forward, not back into our own minds where the true nature of reality exists. Do you know what the funniest part is?
What?
I know what you've come to ask me. And I know that I'll say yes, even though I always turn you down. Do you realize how many times we've had this conversation? It's like clockwork. I have a friend. This friend continuously hurts another friend of ours. And soon he realizes his flaws. He soon asks me to try and save him from self-destruction. Every time I say no, and every time you destroy our reality. Maybe it took for me to realize what not helping a friend can do to that friend. But I'm in. Let's win this thing.
Michael, did you see how reality ends?
No. All of my lives end with you destroying everything. But I'm never there to see firsthand how you do it.
Crap. I was really hoping you knew the answer.
I'm surprised you're not alarmed by what I've told you. What have I missed while I'm away?
I think you should meet our new android friend.
Alex, do you feel the air? Do you see the stars? Their positions have changed. Did you notice the colors? Everything is wrong. This isn't what it was like. Something is wrong. Something is broken. Can't you see it?
Michael, I don't know. Maybe things feel different, but dude, they've felt different for a long time. The very feeling of being me has changed. I can't really put my finger on it, but something is wrong. You're right.
Do you ever remember things wrong?
No. I don't think so. What does that mean?
Never mind. I suppose not. Let's go back to your house.
As we walked back to my house, a strange feeling of nostalgia overwhelmed me. It was as if I hadn't seen Michael in a really long time. As if the Michael I'd spent the past year with had been broken, and now he was fixed. This was the Michael I remembered. In the cooling winter air, I had a series of memories return to me. All of them involved Michael, but none of them felt real. As if I'd experienced them in a far-off, distant life.
It is a pleasure to meet you all, although, in a way, we have met many times before, both in the past of our parallel lives, and in the future of our parallel lives. I am going to make this brief. Starting tomorrow, we will train in the Mine Dungeon. It is now the 24th of November, and...
But tomorrow's Thanksgiving!
Thanksgiving? Tomorrow?
Yeah, and so we should start on Friday!
What about shopping on Friday? Just kidding! Seriously, just kidding!
Many of my parallel lives were Canadian, so this is somewhat a surprise to me, as I experienced Canadian Thanksgiving a few weeks ago. All right. Fair enough. Friday we begin.
Promise of a future is something I'd grown to take for granted. Now, with the threat of impending doom, I realize how silly it was to do so, and what else could be expected of me. I've lived the past 25 years knowing nothing but a series of tomorrows. In fact, I'll do that tomorrow. It become my mantra over the past 2.5 decades. Tomorrow, there may be nothing. Today, may be the last day. This knowledge triggered something in me to fall away. It was as if the core of my personality dropped away and nothing came in to fill the hole. It was like being hungry all the time except food, mindless fun, and things that normally bring happiness had lost their appeal. The knowledge that this was all temporary had stripped me of the ability to experience basic human pleasures. What I craved from a sense of normal, the desire to go back. No, that's not right. I didn't want to go back. If I went back, I'd be the same person I used to be. Selfish, unfocused, lazy. I had no purpose. I was a blank slate that was covered in war paint. I was going to defeat whatever was coming from my reality. Even if it was me, I would defeat myself. What that meant, I didn't know. But I was prepared to do whatever it took. I liked what I was becoming. What I didn't like was wasting time eating turkey, cranberry sauce, and mashed potatoes.
It's 7:05 a.m. This is the earliest you've been up since you had that 7:30 class. And even then, you woke up at 7:30.
It feels good. I was so excited to get to the mine dungeon I barely slept last night.
Impressive. Well, get to work. Remember, you can choose to go to the mine dungeon or visit your friends in town. You can only do one or the other. You have about a month until the new year comes, and it's hard to do both in a day. Try and spend as much time in the mine dungeon as you can. If you don't train hard enough, you might not be strong enough by the time the end comes.
Got it. Today I'll...
So, I've been reading the newspaper a lot lately, trying to comb it for stories, little clues about what might be coming. There's something I've noticed. Has anyone else felt like the amount of screwed up stuff happening lately has escalated?
What do you mean?
Like, last year I swear I never heard about girls going missing, dying in water towers, people shooting up their schools. And now what? I swear, every time I catch the news there's a new tragedy. It's like people are going out of their way to find new ways to die.
When you experienced your parallel lives, were there any indication that it's just this reality that's like that?
That's a good question.
That is a very interesting question to ask, Alex. I am afraid that even I, a being who is aware of all of my parallel lives at once, cannot answer. The defining core mechanics of each reality is so different that there is very little point in comparing them. The norm for, say, my life as Oda, compared to my life as Yuzu, are so starkly different. In Oda's life, I longed for family that was never around. In that reality, families were not close. Whereas in Yuzu's reality, people lived with their families and never moved apart. People who did not speak with their families were considered to be outcasts.
Great. So do you think things are getting worse?
I believe things are always as they've been, only you are just now old enough to notice how harsh reality can be.
Is it weird for you two, being the same soul or whatever?
I don't think it feels real when you say it like that.
I imagine that if Vella were to suddenly become me, she would feel very weird. I am constantly experiencing the emotions of all of my parallel lives. I am often sad, happy, excited, and aroused at the same time.
Aroused?
I experience every human state.
Okay, moving on.
No, I want to hear more about this. Is this why you sometimes get a look of bliss on your face and stare off into the distance?
That's when somewhere in a parallel life she's kicking your ass for asking such stupid questions, Alex.
Easy there.
I wonder wonder what I'm like in my parallel lives. I have to say, this parallel life stuff blows. Compared to the concept of past lives, this isn't very exciting. If we had past and future lives, we would get to be something different in the future. Now I just get to be me and not realize I'm so many other things at the same time.
Perhaps you too should get an android shell for your physical form.
Yeah! I could be like you. Except I'd have more of a personality.
Perhaps my problem is that I have too much personality, as I am always dealing with a variety of stupid people at once. For example, I am currently a 12-year-old Scottish boy who just asked out a girl on his first date.
What? Girl, that's crazy!
I've only ever been Scottish one other time. It was not fun.
Any way to tell what I'm like in a parallel life?
Only if you ventured far enough into your mind dungeon. But then you'd end up like Michael, so I wouldn't recommend it.
I wonder if I'm a super kick-ass man with bulging biceps.
Is that desirable?
I don't know. Is it not? I like to pretend you're a really feminine and timid girl in one of your parallel lives, Alex.
I think we're going to get along, Chondra.
Okay, so I've got some questions for you, Miss the Essentia 2000. Do I need to use the, or can I just call you Essentia 2000? Or just 2000? Or what about E?
Is that your question?
Oh, no, sorry. So, what happens when people die? Does death bring you into the soul space, or is that something different?
You are asking a very complex question of me. The only thing I can say is that I do not have a definitive answer for you. I have spent many hours exploring the soul space. There, I have encountered many people. Some of them are parallel versions of myself. However, never have I met a version of myself that has died. When someone dies, I lose contact with them. I can no longer sense them. And yet, there have been times where I can still sense the presence of my other self. I have come to observe that the ultimate death, to cease to exist entirely, only happens to those with worldly bonds. Death never truly comes to those who look out to the future.
So, what I'm getting from this is, you believe that if you die caring only about the world, you die forever?
I would say that is a possibility. However, please know that when I say the world, or worldly, I mean people who care for worldly goods, money, cars, physical possessions. I believe that companionship between souls is the only thing worth caring about in this reality. It seems as if people only care about themselves and what they own. In many of my parallel lives, I have encountered individuals like this, but never as many destined for the ultimate death.
My sister cared about me, about my mom, my dad, and a lot of people. She gave away her things before she died. I think she wasn't a worldly person.
Rory, I am sure your sister was as fine a soul as you. I am eternally sorrowful that she ended her own life. Life is a rare thing. Many lives in all universes never take physical form, and to throw that gift away is a tragic thing.
I think I want to help people who feel that way. That I want to try and save people who want their lives to end. When this whole thing is over and we've saved everyone, I'm going to help everyone realize how precious this is. Yeah, I know it sounded lame, but I believe it.
Alex could learn quite a bit from you.
What? Lay off!
Okay, I have a very serious question, and I'm really hoping you can answer it seriously.
I will do my best.
Does Mahou, Shoujo, Haru know Shimai exist in other realities? Am I crazy in thinking that this anime transcends time and space?
Yes.
Damn. I was really hoping it actually was as important to everyone as it is to me.
No, I mean, yes, it does exist in other realities. In one reality, the three sisters are brothers. In another, they are 3 sea lions. And of course, in one, they are all cats who are dating.
Dating cats? But they're still sisters, right?
Yes.
That sounds so freaking awesome! This brings a whole new dimension! I almost want to astral project myself into the soul space right now and check out these various iterations of Mahou, Shoujo, Haru no Shimai!
Please tell me you're joking. There is no way that this is a thing.
I'm afraid it is.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, it's nothing.
Oh, okay, cool. As long as you're okay.
Vella is lying.
What? She just said she was okay. Man, I wish I could get in her mind like you can.
You do not need a pan-dimensional mental link with Vella to see that she is lying.
That's how it feels sometimes.
I just wanted to tell you that you've come to mean a lot to me, Alex. You, Michael, Chondra, everyone. I'm so happy I left my reality for this one. Even if this one ends, that year I had with you and everyone else was totally worth it.
I couldn't imagine my life without this reality. Without this, Alex. You are so very important. Without this reality. Without this, Alex. You are so very important.
When you say things like that, it makes me want to kiss you. But I don't know which one of you to kiss.
You want to kiss me?
What a strange situation this is.
Ow! Wow.
I am sorry. I do not believe I am wired for such activity. Maybe if there was less saliva to conduct electricity.
Easy there, Ginger Boy. Not while I'm watching.
I am at a loss for words for the first time in this body. I am thinking you should try that again once we save the world.
Hey! Keep those thoughts to ourselves.
Wanna go get a burger?
Alex, there is something I'd like to ask you, and it's going to be a bit tough for you to hear.
What's up?
When the end comes, and there is nothing left to do but die, will you leave your body behind and join me in the soul space?
You really don't think we can win, do you?
I am afraid I don't know either way. I believe we may have a chance. All things are always 50-50. It will either happen or not happen.
What's it like to enter the soul space? Does it hurt?
You are reduced to pure spirit. Your flesh dissolves. Your form dissipates. You will float in space, liberated from corporeal form. You exist with the freedom to travel wherever you please. You are adrift in the void. It is magical, and it does not hurt.
So how do I do it?
You must realize how unimportant you are. You must surrender yourself to the soul space, and forfeit your right to a physical form. Agree to give up your lot in physical space, and accept that you do not need it. Admit to yourself that your physical form is nothing more than a crutch.
I don't know if I could do that. I have only ever known a physical form. I can't imagine not living like this. Eating, drinking, reading, playing games. That's what life is to me. I understand that there's more. I really do, but I can't let go of what I've been trained to know.
Maybe this is why you've never felt the existence of the soul space. You have never lost anything. Don't worry. When the reality around you is obliterated, you will understand loss.
Let's just hope it doesn't come to that.
So, I have a serious question. It's pretty deep, and I'm a little afraid of the answer.
What's up?
I find it unlikely that she expects you to answer, Alex. Obviously, this question is aimed at either the Essentia 2000 or myself.
So, if each reality is drastically different from each other, what does it mean if two realities share a common concept? Does this make this concept more real?
First, I should note that there are similarities between each reality, and then there are not. Some realities are strikingly close to one another. For me to answer the question, I will need you to give me a specific example, perhaps something more complex than, if the sun is blue in two realities, does that make it actually blue over the suns that are yellow or chicken?
Okay, fine. Does the concept of God exist in all realities?
No. God does exist in some realities. In others, he does not.
So, are you saying in some realities God is a present force that you can get direct feedback from?
How nicely worded. And yes, that is correct.
So then, if God made all the realities and yet doesn't exist in some, does this make God less important? Less omnipotent? If there is a God in one reality and not in another, why would God make a reality that doesn't have him in it? That seems pretty bogus to me. Almost like the people who get God in their reality are lucky, or less lucky, depending on how you look at it.
She's lying.
Who is?
The Essentia 2000 is lying. She doesn't know if there is a God in another reality. I've seen many realities, and some do not have the word God, or have a concept of spirituality. But there is no reality that directly has a God or does not. She can't know the answer to this question. She is lying.
Now I don't know what to believe.
There might be a God. There might not be. Don't let a piece of electronic junk, no offense, tell you what to do.
Okay, if she's leaving, I'm gonna get out of here. Way too many dudes.
Alex, listen to me. Something is seriously wrong here. Can you feel it? It's in the air. The air is different. The light is different. Everything this reality knows to be true feels wrong. It's as if everything is in flux. Can you feel it? Alex.
Look, man, I'm getting tired. Let's sleep on that. Between the end of that strange winter and the approach of New Year, my life went on without change. Day would dawn and I would repeat my alternation of spending time with my friends and honing my powers in the mine dungeon. It rained a lot last month. December's uncharacteristically warm, sweaty days only added to the anxiety I was feeling about New Year's Eve. Aside from the weather, there was hardly anything to distinguish one day from the next. Each day we trained, we hung out, we read the newspapers, we read about deaths, shootings, kidnappings, bombings. I worked at concentrating my attention on the real and useful. Even with all my friends with me, every now and then I would feel a violent stab of loneliness. The very water I drank, the very air I breathed, would feel like long, sharp needles. I could hear the roots of loneliness creeping through me when the world was hushed at 4 o'clock in the morning. Christmas was coming, and then, in a few days, the world might end. Could I really be the end? I was starting to love the world so much. All of my friends, my mom, even my sister. Everyone seemed so much more special when I realized how easily they could be lost. I awoke in the middle of the night. I thought I'd heard sleigh bells far away, like the background of a Christmas song. Chimes, maybe? A church? I sat up in the bed and felt for my panda. He was still asleep. He slept more soundly than I did these days. I sat still and listened hard, but the only sound I could hear was the faint, dry thumping of my own heart. Months ago, I hated when my heart raced. It either meant I was nervous, or I had been forced to exercise against my will. That's changed. With all the time I've spent training in the mind dungeon, everything feels clear. My mind, my muscles, everything was coming into focus. I lived for the moments when I could feel my heart beat. I became excited for every pump forcing blood through my body. I felt alive. I was going to hold on to this feeling as long as I could. Where did that music come from? Maybe I'd been dreaming after all. I thought back to earlier in the summer. I used to dream all the time, but lately my dreams were fevered and confused. I missed when I dreamed of the Essentia 2000. I wondered where she was. Where did she go at night? Why didn't she ever stay with me? Where do transdimensional androids go at night? Panda. Panda. Wake up. Panda.
Oh, what time is it?
4 a.m.
What's wrong? Is the house on fire?
No. Where do you think the Essentia 2000 goes at night?
Probably to stay over a hotter guy's house.
You think so? Think she has an android boyfriend out there somewhere?
Yes, probably. Go back to sleep and dream of metal sheep.
Merry Christmas, guys! Wow, I can't believe another year is almost over.
Don't remind me.
So, are we gonna do gifts or what?
Where's the Essentia 2000?
I guess she ain't much of a holiday person. Well, I call all her gifts.
Would any of you like to hear a Christmas story?
Sure, why not?
For Christmas 1996, my mother got my dad a computer. It's a really good one, too. He used to do all of his writing on a word processor. The ones with the really tiny screens where you could see 7 or 8 lines max. So anyway, my dad unboxes it and freaks out. He was so excited. And you know, I fell in love with it right away. Whenever my dad left the house, I'd get on the computer and play games, browse the internet. In '98, for Christmas, they got me my own computer. No one else has their own computer. It was amazing. I made a friend online. Together, we founded Onism 1999. Now, you want to hear the really funny part? When I went and lived all of my parallel lives, I was him. I was on a computer, talking to me. Now tell me, how the hell can a computer connect to a chat room that is in another reality? Something is screwed up here, guys.
Michael, now might not be the time to talk about this.
Dude, this might be our last Christmas together. Or ever. And you want to waste it talking about this?
You guys have to tell me you've noticed it too. Do you honestly feel like things are the same as they were 2 months ago? 2 years ago?
Dude, things change. That's like...
You're all intentionally not seeing it! The very fabric of everything has changed! It's like one day we were cotton, and today we're made out of metal! Things are so different!
Can you give us an example, Michael?
Okay. Why the hell haven't any of you asked why the entities were driving the android around? So what? We save her and we just forget about it? Why was she in the van in the first place? Vella, you said it yourself. Soul survivors do not kidnap people. They didn't kidnap Sammy, and they didn't take the Essentia hostage. Something is weird here. It's like strange things are happening all around us, and only I'm actually noticing it!
Look, we just need to find the Essentia 2000 and ask her how her body ended up in the van. It's that simple. Let's finish opening up gifts. Tomorrow, we can sort this out.
That's what we did. We exchanged gifts. But I was with Michael on this one. Something was wrong when I couldn't place my finger on it. I wondered if this was how people with dying family members felt. A sense of dread. But it wasn't a sense of dread I was feeling. It was a loss of self. A complete dissolve of everything I had ever known. The only thing that was a step beyond death. When people die, reality, the color of the sky, the sound of the trees, your memories, all remain the same. This was different. This was beyond unusual.
Hi, Alex. It's me. So, haven't you asked yourself the question yet? You know, the important one?
Who is this?
Hi, Alex. It's Sammy. Have you been taking care of my cat?
Sammy? Where are you?
Son?
Dad?
Where the hell have you been? We were worried sick about you. You said you were just going to bike to Justin's house. Claudio and your mom are freaking out.
Dad!
Did you figure out the question?
What is go screw yourself?
Hey, Alex. It's Sammy. Did you remember to pick up my cat from the dry cleaners?
Hey, it's Chondra. Have you seen my camera? I've had the weirdest dreams. I've been dreaming that I'm a boy. Dreaming that I'm a boy. That dreaming boy, I'm a man. That boy dreaming. Isn't that funny? What is that?
That isn't funny!
Hey, Alex, it's your mom. When are you coming home? Claudio's waiting for you to watch some cartoons.
Hey Alex, it's Michael. Have you seen my hula hoop or my headphones? Also, I've been thinking about changing my hair. It's getting so big.
Hey! Alex! Help me! I'm stuck in the mine dungeon! What is happening to me?
Michael!
Hey, Alex. It's Sammy again. I can't find you. Where did you go? You left me at the elevator and you vanished into the crowd. Why do you always disappear on me like that? You know how much I hate that.
Ooh, who were you on the phone with last night?
I don't even know. Didn't I dream that? Man, I wish I dreamed that.
Talk it out. Why do you think you were getting all those strange calls?
I have no idea, but Panda, have you noticed how weird things have been?
You mean with all the soul survivors, androids, and long-haired punk kids you've been rolling with lately?
No, even before that.
When do you think it started?
Well, I guess around the time I came home from school, for starters. And I know this could be just a coincidence, but I didn't see my mom for weeks. When I finally did, she'd changed, and I found myself saying some really bratty things.
Mostly normal.
No, it wasn't. Something is weird. Where's my dad been? Don't you remember? My dad worked for Pacific Chime. Not my mom. No, my mom worked for Moon Macro Systems. They met at that programming convention. When did my mom start working for Pacific Chime?
You don't have a dad.
Yeah, I do. Of course I do. Everyone has a dad.
Then where is he?
And then Michael. When did Michael move back to Frankton?
Didn't Michael move away when he was 10?
When did he move away? Michael, 19, a tall, witty, brown-haired white guy. He was a few years younger than me, but I never felt like there was much of an age gap when we hung out. The summer he moved to town, we spent a lot of time together. I was back when my sister and I would spend the days outside until the sun went down, counting the accomplishments of those summer days based on the number of mosquito bites and caught fireflies. Michael had moved to the area when he was 12, 1991, the year Michael Stipe of REM sang Losing My Religion. It was a peaceful green street at that time, not a single thing to claim your attention. Handful of little white houses with a few fences, a stream full of crayfish, a 2-lane road they pretended was a highway. Barely a yawn of a shopping center. That was it. Most houses had maple trees planted in the yard and brand new, not yet beaten fences. And there were all those giant billboards advertising the mall they'd be building right off of 82. The house he moved into was a mid-century model style, built sometime around the late 80s. The exterior, painted in 3 shades of green, had faded handsomely in the sun and wind and rain to blend in perfectly with the surrounding countryside. There was a huge yard, and in it several stands of trees and a small pond. There was a quaint little octagonal arbor in amongst the trees that had been used as a studio. Its bay windows hung with lace curtains, faded into a nondescript color. Down by the pond, daffodils were in righteous bloom, and every morning birds came to bathe. The first owner of the house, also its designer, had been an elderly oil painter. But his lungs gave out on him and he died the winter before Michael moved in. That was in 1990, the year Billy Joel sang We Didn't Start the Fire. Michael was my best friend until I was... Didn't he move when I was 12? When did he move back to Frankton?
Why is Michael back in Frankton? Didn't they move to Canada when his dad got that publishing deal?
He sold his house, right? Didn't a cute girl move in there?
Come to think of it, didn't you and Michael have a falling out? He moved away, you went to hang out with him, and he had given you the wrong address or something like that?
Yeah, sort of. He had me meet him at a mall near his house, and when I got there, he never showed up. That was the last I heard of him.
You should go ask him.
What time is it?
I don't know.
It's dark outside.
The clock says it's 8 a.m. Weren't you going to meet your friends to head to the city at 8:30?
Shit. Okay, let's get going.
Alex, dear, the little girl next door who moved into Michael's house was looking for you.
Dad?
That's my name. Unless you can think of a better one. Could be something with more shimmer, like Antonio Van Engelstendel.
Where's Mom?
That never gets old.
Hey, man, what took you so long to get here? We've been waiting here forever.
What's going on?
We're going to see the ball drop in the city. Duh.
We've been planning this forever.
You okay, dude? You look terrible.
Yeah, maybe you should sit in the back seat, far away from me in case you barf.
Seriously, are you okay?
Yeah. Let's get going.
Man, tonight we are gonna party like it's 1999! Man, I can't wait to kick off the new millennium in style!
I can't remember the last time I did something fun for the new year.
We should leave now if we want to get shopping in before the new year.
How can you even think about shopping? Wasn't it just Christmas?
Exactly! All the best stuff is on sale now!
As we drove to the city, I knew something was wrong. Looking around at my friends, I felt as if I was looking at poorly drawn pictures of them, where the artist's crude abilities had just barely captured enough of their essence to show me who they were supposed to be. I looked back. Something had been wrong for a while now. Why did I feel like this? Why was it that when I looked at Vella, I felt as if I was looking at someone else altogether? When I looked at Proto-Michael, I felt like I was looking at a beautiful image that was stained. His features were too rounded. Claudio, Chondra, how are they even talking? I looked at their mouths moving up and down and felt a strange detachment to them, as if they were speaking a foreign language without making a sound at all. I turned to the Essentia. Her face felt blurry and out of focus.
Have you figured it out?
No. What's happening?
This reality has already started to break.
But this didn't start today, did it?
I see. So you have noticed.
Only just today. I'm pretty oblivious to things I don't want to see, if you haven't noticed.
So, would you like me to clear some things up?
Of course. Give it to me straight.
When someone leaves a reality, a place for a new soul to enter that reality becomes available. Our souls are in constant transit if we do not enter the soul space and take direct control. So this Michael here is not the Michael from your childhood. Proto-Michael is, as he is a combination of all Michaels.
So did the old Michael leave this reality?
No. This reality is shattered. Lost souls in the soul space are slipping in and out of it.
So, Claudio and Chondra?
That is one I'll let you figure out yourself. It will be good for you. Allow me to start at the beginning. You belong to this reality. So does Sammy. When Sammy left, Vella took her place. I took advantage of Sammy leaving this reality and forced my spirit into this physical space. Understand so far?
Yes.
Michael, like Rory, Chondra, Claudio, and myself, are important to you in every reality. When this reality broke, they entered.
So, a version of Michael, Rory, Chondra, and Claudio all come to this reality. For what?
To find you. To find me. We're going to help them.
How? This reality is broken. And from what I can tell, it's been broken for a long time.
I do not know. We must first see what form you take to destroy this reality.
I don't want to destroy this reality, or any reality. Why does it have to be me?
If it wasn't you, it would be me, or Rory, or Claudio. We are all capable of destruction. We can create or destroy. The choice is ultimately yours.
Then I choose not to destroy this reality.
Excellent. Now, if only your parallel selves agreed.
I spent the duration of the 2-hour road trip ignoring the happy and excited laughter of my friends. I was playing the events of the past year over and over again in my head. I thought back to when I first arrived in Frankton. Everything felt so different. Seeing Michael again, it seemed so normal for him to live next to me. Then we met Vella, and that felt the most real out of all the things that had happened so far. I thought about Sammy. What had she been running from? Why did she leave this reality? Probably for the best. This reality has gone to literal shit. Did she perhaps sense that the end was coming? Was her reality torn apart along with mine? I thought about the mind dungeon. I had never heard of a mind dungeon before, yet I accepted it. Just dial 333 and you'll go inside a physical version of your mind. There you can toughen up and learn to do magic. Magic? I hadn't found this strange. It was also obvious from the start. This wasn't my reality. Mind dungeons, cats with mustaches, beautiful women who come in and out of my life, mysterious pan-dimensional androids. This wasn't my life. Of course something had to be wrong. I had sensed it all along, but I was so intrigued by the fun and mystery of it all. Who wouldn't be? We found parking in the city without even trying on New Year's Eve. This really was a warped reality. I followed my friends, wishing I could tell them how I was feeling, but I knew it was coming. Was this our last meal together? Would we survive the night? Would this reality continue to exist? What would happen to our souls? I wish I could jump inside their brains and make them remember, but were these even the same friends I was with the past year? It's 11:55 p.m. We're all going to die. I don't know how, but I can feel it in my bones. So it ends.
What the hell is that?
Oh my god!
This is all so familiar!
Prepare to fight. This is it. This is the end.
Okay, guys. We trained for this.
What do you mean we trained for this?
Isn't that Alex's face? Holy shit!
Everyone! This is it! Prepare yourselves! Michael! You're back!
I never left.
Holy shit! I remember everything now! What's happening?
I hope that means you all remember what's going on here. Come on! Let's knock my ugly mug back into space!
I remember thinking, this is how we die. What should have been a bright future is nothing more than a bunch of kids who thought they could make a difference. A bunch of kids who fought a losing battle.